This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Stay tuned to later in the video for all the details.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
But one of the most exciting things about that is that we get on a plane and fly there. That's so exciting. I've never been more excited to go on a plane.
We are getting on a plane again for the first time in almost a year. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you happen to be new around here and you're wondering who we are, I'm Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Click on subscribe to follow along on our adventures.
Today is an absolutely beautiful day. We've had a few days in a row that are gorgeous, so we're out for a walk. You're gonna have to stay tuned because we have some really big, exciting news.
So where are we right now?
I literally just came down here for the first time yesterday. It's called Marginal Road and it's basically the easiest way to get from where we live to Point Pleasant Park, which is at the very southern tip of the peninsula. And it's like shipping containers, shipyards, train tracks, factories. It's really weird.
Yeah, so I don't even feel like I'm in Halifax right now, but I assure you we are. Now guys, before we get into the big news today, do us a favor and click on the thumbs up button right now. Pause the video or just go below, hit the thumbs up. It helps us out, helps get the video out there. But oh, we can't wait to tell you what's going on.
So I know I just talked about the weather, but we've had like 3 or 4 days of 15-ish weather. Just makes us feel so much better. It makes us feel hopeful that spring is coming, summer's coming, vaccinations are coming, so we can finally travel again. I just feel really good.
Should we talk about our jackets?
Yeah, we kind of went a little matchy-matchy today, not on purpose.
I didn't really like
We're
what she was wearing.
We're one of those couples.
We're just gonna rock it now. Also, we just want to say a big thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for our Q&A today. That's gonna happen at the end of this video. There's a lot of questions. Don't know if we can get to them all, but we'll try our best. Okay, we're now in the park. For the record, it is March 23rd, and we are outside at a picnic table at Point Pleasant Park.
I have a jacket off. I'm just wearing a sweater. Oh, it's so nice.
In Canada. Can't believe it. We also brought a lunch. This is from the Italian market. I'm sure if you're from Halifax, yeah, it's one of our faves. We'll get this going. But what we're going to try to do is bring you up to speed first on what's been going on here with COVID and travel and the Atlantic bubble. I'm sure a lot of you do not know what that means.
Yeah, a lot don't. So let's start with just COVID and how things are doing. I think we have about 20 active cases right now. Most of them are travel related, people that have been outside the country or outside of the province, or they're close contacts. So no community spread. It's really good. Fingers crossed that it stays that way because yeah, we're doing really well right now.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the Atlantic bubble and how that works?
Well, yeah, the way it works, there's 4 provinces here on the Maritimes and Atlantic Canada that last summer when we got back, the reason we were able to kind of travel around is because we made a bubble out of 4 provinces, which really meant we could freely travel between the provinces. They're all very small.
Without quarantining.
Yeah, without quarantining. They're all very small provinces minus Newfoundland. That's a little bigger. We didn't get to make it there. Then fast forward to like November, 4 or 5 months ago, the bubble popped and all the provinces kind of locked down, and then we were kind of stuck inside Nova Scotia again.
Yeah, and just so for people that either don't live in this area or live in different parts of Canada or different parts of the world, basically if you're coming from outside of those 4 provinces, even at the moment, if you're coming from anywhere outside Nova Scotia, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you arrive.
We're slowly getting our food out here. We're going to tell you what this is in a minute, but back to the bubble for a second. So what does that all mean? Basically, the 4 premiers of the 4 Atlantic provinces got together and they said no later than April 19th, that is about less than a month away, the bubble is going to reopen. We're going to be bubbling again, guys. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That would be so amazing if we can do it. But
yeah, we'll talk about that more in a second. I'm starving, so let's talk about our food.
I know you guys like when we talk about food, so we'll give you a rundown of what we got today.
So we ended up getting, I guess, a combo that we're splitting. So it's a sandwich and a salad. You kind of had some options. So we went for the chicken salad sandwich. I can't believe I'm going to be eating chicken salad 2 weeks in a row in videos. How odd, but sure, okay. And we also got for the salad. This is one of my favorite things. I love this. If you are in Halifax, just go get it. It's a curry chicken salad. Or not chicken, sorry. There's no chicken in it. It's just a curry salad. a pasta salad.
We also got a San Pellegrino. Anna will try the curry pasta. Maybe let's hold this up for them a little bit so they can see it, because it is gorgeous. I'll put some B-roll on the screen while she tries it. This is our favorite pasta in the city, like for cold pasta, it's like summer style pasta. It's so good.
It's so good, so good.
There's so many squirrels running around here right now. I keep like, whoa, what's happening?
It's not spicy at all, so if you're a person that likes curry but you don't like spicy curry, nothing spicy about it. It's creamy, it's so delicious. I love that salad.
So I have a chicken sandwich here, chicken salad sandwich like Anna said. Look at that. Ooh, so good. This is always a staple we get from them as well.
I think they make their own focaccia bread.
That bread. Oh my, that bread. I don't know how they do this. They probably have the most fresh chicken salad I've ever tasted. And just, again, the bread is all glistening at the top and it's like a little bit crispy. There's
cheese on there.
Yeah, there's cheese, lettuce. It's nice and soft, pillowy, full of flavor, perfect picnic food. Can't beat this. I still can't believe it's March and we are here outside having a picnic in Canadian winter. Well, I guess technically it's like 3 days.
It's now spring.
Spring.
Officially.
But it was like -10 the other day.
It's
and
never like this in
20
March.
centimeters of snow.
Before we get into the big news, we wanted to talk about this week's sponsor, Skillshare.
So what is Skillshare? Skillshare is our favorite online learning community where you can unlock your creativity. You can explore your existing passions, deepen what you're already into, and just get lost into the creative world.
You can find courses on everything from cake decorating to learning about meditation to how to edit a video.
So many of you reach out to us asking how you can do what we do, create inspiring travel content, but you don't know where to get started. Skillshare has hundreds of courses to help get you going. We found one particularly that we loved, Storytelling Through Film, How to Create Engaging Videos for YouTube by Thomas DeHare, an editor for the YouTube channel Yes Theory.
This is the perfect instructional course to get you started with storytelling and editing. What we loved about it is how interactive it is. Thomas starts by assigning you a project, and you'll be creating your own video from the filming stage and following each step of the editing process. You'll end up with a well thought out, engaging video.
Skillshare is designed for you to get the most out of all their classes. There are no ads. Woo! They are constantly adding new premium classes so that you can continue to learn and develop new skills. And it's very affordable for less than $10 per month on an annual subscription. The best news, the first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of a premium membership so you can explore your own creativity.
A huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us.
All right, now on to the big news. All right, back to the bubble here. There's a whole lot of options and doors that just have opened for us. I'm very excited. We can leave Nova Scotia for the first time in a very long time, guys.
It's really exciting. It means we can go to New Brunswick, we can go to PEI, and we can go to Newfoundland.
So here's what we're thinking. That's why you're all here. Well, now that you know we can leave, we are going to New Brunswick for sure. We have something really big that's coming to the channel happening there, oddly enough.
Minor, tiny hint, but exciting things are happening.
Yes.
It's happening sort of in St. John at the moment, so we really want to get there. We've actually heard really good things about the city, so we'd love to visit.
Well, we've never been to St. John before, so if any of you are watching from St. John or just anywhere in New Brunswick or anywhere and have been to St. John, let us know what we should do there.
Yeah.
This time we can get your recommendations and actually get there and go by them.
Yeah.
So, also, we are going to be going to Newfoundland, and that means, well, that's extra
actually
special.
the most not the most exciting thing, but one of the most exciting things about that is that we get to get on a plane and fly there. That's so exciting. I've never been more excited to go on a plane.
We are getting on a plane again for the first time in almost a year. That's insane to
I've
me.
also never been to Newfoundland, so that's super exciting. I have been to the airport, but otherwise I don't think that really counts.
So same idea. We need recommendations on Newfoundland. We are going to go to St. John's there and probably other places. But
I'd really like to see icebergs.
that will be amazing if we could do that. Now, we don't want to leave out Prince Edward Island, PEI. I know a lot of you ask us more about PEI almost than anywhere else. We are not going to be going to PEI right away. We'll probably save that
We'd
until
like to
the
get
summer.
there in the summer for sure.
We'll definitely go back to PEI. We usually go there once a year. It's an amazing province. But guys, if this bubble opens up, it's going to be an exciting, exciting time.
I'm so excited, so excited.
All right, are you ready to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's get it going.
All right, we are now back at our place. It's time for the Q&A. Speaking of that, we put a call out to all of you guys to ask us some questions on a whim for this video, and boy, did you come through. There were well over 50 questions, maybe even close to 100. Some of them were the same. Of course, we can't answer everything, so we're going to do our best.
Sorry if we missed your question, but we did do them all the time in the Philippines. And if you're new around here and haven't gone back and watched that, we did answer loads of questions all the time. So.
This is just like we're in the Philippines again.
Yeah.
All right, question 1.
Question number 1 came from YouTube. Jessica asked, would you consider relocating to another country permanently in the future? If yes, which one and why?
Well, absolutely. Once all this pandemic stuff is over, we certainly had lots of conversations about this in the past. We talk about Mexico a lot. We talk about Croatia sometimes.
Greece,
Portugal. I think Greece would be one that would be high on our list. That country has moved to the top for us, and I think it's one of our favorite countries now. But you were saying there's other countries.
Yeah, so there's so many countries right now that are coming out with like digital nomad visas, and it's easier to get a visa. I think it's typically for a year. There's a bunch of the Caribbean countries that did it through COVID. I think Croatia's talked about doing it. Somewhere up in Northern Europe. Where was
Estonia?
it? Estonia is doing it, yeah.
So yeah. So basically, yes, we would.
Question number 2 comes from FEMA. I think this was also on a YouTube question. In a perfect COVID-free world, where would you most want to travel?
In a COVID-free world, I wonder if she means like COVID didn't happen at all. Yeah.
I'd
Well, I think it's safe to say we would have finally made it to Thailand. We've never made it there, and I don't know how because we've been to many, many countries. I think we would have been to Vietnam. So we might have had that ticked off the box.
Yeah, and they've been high on our list forever. We just haven't been able to get there. We had full plans to go there last time this year. We would have been there if COVID never happened. So those are super high on the list.
Yeah, it's fun to think about like if COVID didn't happen, like where would we be right now?
So weird.
No idea, to be honest.
Next question. From Traveling with Crushworth on YouTube. How did you two meet? Apologies if this was asked before. I'm sure we've answered it before, but we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll answer it anyway. I know with those guys, I believe they are on the west of Canada, so hello to you too. Thanks for asking the question. We met basically at work a long time ago. I was a designer at a local newspaper here, or a local media company, and you work there doing admin on a different floor, and that's kind of how it all started.
Yeah. Next question came from John and Kara. They also have a YouTube channel. John and Kara are retired travelers, also patrons of ours. They're lovely people. We hope to meet up with them someday.
Absolutely.
What keeps you motivated to continue YouTube, especially in these trying times? That's such a good question.
Did not talk about this one beforehand. I mean, I think a lot of it has been just our community. We have a tremendous community I don't think of us as a big YouTube channel at all, but we get a lot of comments and messages from you guys, and that really keeps us going, especially since this whole
I was just gonna say the whole thing. If we had come home right away, I don't know what would have happened with our channel and how we would have dealt with that. But being stuck in the Philippines, we had so many people start to follow us, and everybody was so supportive. We get messages every day, all the time. It was amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people ask us in the Philippines, like, how did we do that? How did we make it through 4 months being stuck? Like, what kept you busy? Honestly, it was making videos and talking to our community, and that like meant the world to us.
Yeah, so we had that, and then we came home to Nova Scotia, and we've just been so busy and had so much. We're just rediscovering our province, and that's really been a lot of motivation.
It's really fun interacting with all of you guys, honestly. So that's what keeps us going.
Right, and we've also been stopped on the street, I think, every day for the past 4 or 5 days. So it's great meeting people, and if you see us out in Halifax, come say hi. All right, this person has the best handle. Love Coffee asked the question,
me too.
what's your favorite country in Eastern Europe? I haven't been to all of Eastern Europe, so I wish.
Eastern Europe. That's a weird one because like some people have different parts of Europe are considered Central Europe. Like I always think like Poland is Eastern Europe, but Polish people don't.
Yeah, it's Central Europe, I guess.
Yeah.
Not technically Eastern Europe. But if we're going to include it in Eastern Europe, it's definitely up there for us.
Poland for sure is up there. I know Greece is not part of it, but some people say it is.
Some people include it there. So yeah.
I think though, if we can't include Poland and if we can't include Greece, because I'm not sure if we can, we'd probably say Croatia, maybe Romania. Romania has some good food.
But every country we visited in Eastern Europe, whether it's actually Eastern Europe or not, has been amazing. Next question comes from Facebook, and just the way it sets up, I cannot see who asked the question, oddly enough. It's very weird. But what's been the greatest silver lining about being temporarily unable to travel except within Nova Scotia?
Wow. Yeah, so I would say discovering our own backyard all over again. As cheesy as that sounds, but that's what most of you are doing. It is amazing here. This province is out of this world. Honestly, I still can't get over Cape Breton. I'd put it up there against Crete. Honestly, it's like a whole other planet, especially when you're up in the Highlands.
Yeah. I have to agree with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small province. It's the second smallest province in Canada. We've been here for, it's going to be coming up on a year and a few months, and I still feel like we have so much more to see.
Yeah, and when we could travel within the province more, like there's been some lockdowns since. Like last summer, we got to spend a lot of time in Cape Breton, as I just said. My family is up there, so we got to see a lot more family when we could, other than those lockdowns that would happen, but it's been really kind of great. There's also a lot of like housekeeping items we've been doing. Like we moved, we probably never would have done that if the pandemic didn't happen. And we have another top secret project that's happening that's going to come to this channel. We just can't tell you guys yet, but at some point we will. And that's another one. Like if we were traveling right now,
Never would have happened.
never would have happened.
Right, another Facebook question.
Really? It's like an awkward time for a phone call.
Unavailable, is that what it says?
Sorry, I'm not taking that one. Okay, question.
All right, sorry. When we can travel again, do you have plans to go to Europe?
Yes. I think it's safe to say Europe will be the first place we go. If I had to guess,
Yeah.
maybe Greece. We want to.
Somewhere around the Mediterranean, so Greece, Croatia.
We'll probably go the minute
maybe
we're
Italy,
vaccinated.
Maybe Malta, who knows?
We'll probably go the minute we're vaccinated, though, to be honest. Like, we'll just go. But the Mediterranean is one of our favorite areas just because you do get the beach. You get, of course, the European buildings. And the water that time of year, or in and around the Mediterranean in September-ish, is pretty warm.
And there's not that many people, although who knows what this year will be like. But
Yeah, it'll be weird. But yes, we plan to go back.
All right, switching over to some Instagram questions. Alana asked, do you buy health insurance for each country you're in?
No. So what we usually do is just go with Safety Wing, which is an amazing kind of third-party healthcare insurance company that's not really tied to like a country.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that allows us to be able to stay on the road longer. It's pretty affordable.
They cover you pretty much everywhere except I think the US is kind of a separate thing, probably because it's more expensive. But otherwise, they cover you pretty much everywhere, and you can just buy month to month or like a year or whatever you need. Next question, also from Instagram. What do you do for income other than YouTube?
So we also have a web design company. We mentioned that in the past. That's definitely one of the main sources of income. I've been a web designer for a very long time. I should probably bring this up. Some of you we've mentioned this before in videos, but not a lot, like here and there. And some of you have reached out and actually hired us to work on your website. So it's a good time to bring that up. If you need a website built, contact us. Just drop us an email. We'd love to build your website for us. It's a great way to support us. But yeah, that is one of the main ways. Yes, we have a YouTube channel where we can earn some income. And of course, sometimes there's sponsorships and partnerships. We try to do many different things just in case one of them falls through.
Many multiple income streams as possible. We learned that's the best bet, especially last year in the pandemic. You just never ever know what's gonna happen. Another Instagram question. Any tips for someone who wants to start vlogging, making travel videos? We could basically make an entire video on this.
Yeah.
So that's big question. But we did have this week's sponsor. You probably already saw it. Skillshare, a really, really great resource to go and learn a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, it's a really good tool, honestly, guys. If I had known about that when we started, I would have checked that out, because what I tried to do is just grab a camera and go shoot, watch how other people did stuff,
Yeah,
and then
occasionally you'd watch a YouTube video on how to, but to have a whole like multiple courses on everything.
Oh, it's so helpful, because what happens, it would speed things up for you if you're trying to learn, because I would come back and try to edit this footage thinking in my head it would turn out great, and it didn't work at all. So if you can get some tips from someone that's been doing this, just like anything, really, any industry, like tips from someone like a pro that's been doing this for like 5-10 years or even a couple of years, it's going to go a long way. It's going to make you learn how to be a vlogger a lot faster.
And I think another big piece of advice is that thumbnails and titles matter.
Yeah. The other thing is, it's easy to procrastinate. Like if you sometimes you just don't want to film, even us, but just pick up the camera and go create something. It doesn't have to be a big camera. It can be this little phone. That's step one. Pick up this camera and go out and film something.
Next question, how long are you married?
I don't actually know.
I often don't know the answer to this question. I feel like one time we were in a taxi and someone asked us that, and I like took a second to, we both took a second to answer, and he was like, "You're gonna be in trouble," to Trevor. I was like, "I don't care."
13 years.
Next question is the first country to visit post-COVID. I think we kind of already answered that. Mediterranean area is the plan.
It might, though, depend on a flight. We're always looking for good flight
Yeah.
deals. So we could end up, if we said we're going to go to Greece first, we actually could up in like Albania or something.
Yeah.
So a country over around there, if there's a cheaper flight in a different country, we'll go there first. But odds are in and around that area. I would say.
Usually like when it's not a pandemic and we were planning different trips during the year, when we know like, okay, we're gonna go somewhere in September, we'll start looking at different flights and we might have one place in mind and there's just no good flights, and we'll find a really cheap flight somewhere else, and it just that's how our trip ends up going.
Every time.
All right, what is your favorite country that you visited? I always have like a love-hate relationship with that question just because it's so hard to answer and I know we're gonna leave something out.
Well, we can't pick just one. I know that's maybe what you were hoping for, but we can't because there's so many countries that have aspects about them that we just have fallen in love with. You've heard us mention Greece a few times. Greece is one of them. We just love island hopping over there. Speaking of island hopping, though, can't leave out the Philippines. There's nothing like it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'd say it's
And of
one
course
of.
we have a special relationship
Well,
with
now,
them
yeah. If we ever went back to El Nido, can you imagine if we went?
I know.
Can you imagine if we went back to El Nido again someday? Weird. But when you get out of kind of Asia, I will mention Bali, though. I know it's not a country, Indonesia, but Bali is a special place.
Yeah, we'd love to go see obviously more of Indonesia. 'Cause there's so many different islands there. as
Yeah,
well.
I know. But then, like some countries, like Poland is up there for us. Honestly, Turkey. Oh, Turkey. Mexico. Yeah, like as you can tell, we love all these places. Specifically about Turkey, like we both fell in love with Istanbul. It's one of my favorite cities. And in Poland, like Krakow is everything I wanted Prague to be. And we love Prague, but Krakow.
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah, Krakow is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, Mexico too. I guess we can just go on and on and on.
Yeah. And another question is, will you do a meet and greet in Halifax for your fans? Do we have fans?
Do we have fans?
Sounds really funny to say.
The thought of doing a meet and greet sounds terrifying.
Well,
in a
obviously
way.
in these times, we aren't allowed to
Right.
meet more than 10 people at a time, and we're not encouraged to get into big groups. So no for the time being, but if restrictions...
I know, like, all you guys watching us, and you'll see, like, people watch the videos. To us, we're talking to the camera, so we, of course, think, like, who would want to meet us?
Yeah.
But
So if you're in Halifax and you're watching this and you would eventually want to do a meetup, let us know.
let us know.
Because I feel like we do it and no one would show up.
Yeah, I know, that'd be, like, the worst thing. But there has been quite a few of you guys stopping us just in the street and talking for a while, and we love that. So maybe we could do a meet and greet. And even if it wasn't in Halifax, maybe we could do it in another country. It would be fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. But let us know what you guys think about that. It's the first time we've ever been asked.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for the video today, guys. If you got this far, because I know it's a long one, thank you for watching and sticking with us. We hope you liked the Q&A in general.
Yeah, and if we didn't get to your question or you have additional questions, leave it in the comments below here. It'll make it easier to find them next time we go and do another Q&A, because we'll definitely do another one.
Oh, 100%. And now, if you haven't watched last week's video, it was all about the cost of living here in Halifax. And that was an interesting one. We're getting all kinds of comments. Next up, more Halifax coming up, because we're still here at the moment. We didn't say that, we're not traveling yet, but it should, or it could be
In the
soon.
next month or so that they're going to open things up. So in the next couple of months, we'll start exploring more of Atlantic Canada. So again, we would love all of your advice, especially about Newfoundland, about St. John, any other places you think we definitely should go. Let us know.
And if you're new around here, we'll just say it again. You got this far. I'm Trevor, and click subscribe and click the little bell. Leave us that comment below. Hit that like button. Share the video on Facebook. Tell all your friends about us two crazy people.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Halifax, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
I'm on my way now.